and True Beauty. Relax, rejuvenate, and renew. Tried and True Beauty. Customized facial treatments and so much more. Tried and True Beauty. Professional grade retail products. Tried and True Beauty. Upgradable service in a relaxing atmosphere. Waxing, makeup, and so many other services we provide with professional grade skincare products. Tried and True Beauty. Located at 9330D Two-Notch Road, Columbia, South Carolina. Book with us today, tryandtruebeauty.com.
Good evening, good morning, wherever you're at in the world. I don't know what time it is, but greetings to you and welcome back to Give Them the Business Talk Show. I am one of your co-hosts, Joy McLaughlin-Harris.
Yes, and I am the Darren Murphy.
The I am. You know, he always got to say the I am.
Yes.
Okay, the Darren Murphy. We have a special guest with us today. We'll let you tell them your name.
Oh, I'm Shavetta Belton.
Shavetta Belton. Yes. So we're glad to have you. So glad you could make it to join us today.
Thank you for having me.
You are welcome.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, so we're going to dive right in.
We're going to dive right on in.
Dive right on in with this good information and this stuff so we can give you the business.
Yes.
So where are we going to start? We're talking about the multiple streams of income?
Yes.
Or?
So basically, we basically recommend for every entrepreneur to not think one way. Think of multiple ways within what you do, how you can actually create income. Because you want to make sure that you're sustainable. Because a lot of times, depending on whatever the service is, it could be a seasonal situation. Right. So if you're making money with this one service from January to March, and it starts getting slow, what is your plan for March to the end of the year, or you know, 3 months in? And I think that's what multiple service. I know that's what it does for my business. It fills the voids when the it's like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Bumpy.
What's your experience? And tell them about your company.
I'm a hairstylist. I'm the owner of Divine Oasis Salon. And I opened 3 years ago, May 3 years. And that was my main focus. But when I first opened, I was the future professional advisor at Paul Mitchell. Okay. So in my brain, when I first opened, it was like perfect. I can still work the full-time job. So then you have your insurance and you think about all those things, the benefits. And I was like, I can stay there. But honestly, it became too much because my salon needed me and the school needed me. And so I was getting to be, I was thinning out. I was being pulled.
Gotcha.
So when I got to the salon all the way up until October of the year that I opened, I was doing part-time at both places, but then I went full-time there. What I try to tell the girls is retail. Push retail, because that's another stream of income.
Yes.
If you have your retail and your retail is high enough, that can pay for your education. That can pay for your vacations. Don't put it in with your regular income. Use it as a different stream of income. That will be a plus. But as of this year, I launched ShavettaBelton.com, which is my mentoring, my motivational speaking, and my coaching business.
Okay.
And so that's another stream because God, I see the shift where He's taking me, walking in my purpose.
Yes.
So, and like I told him Sunday, it's more of my calling because I know people are attached to it.
Yeah.
So when people are attached to your purpose, it becomes your calling. It's your ministry.
Oh, yeah.
So that's where I am now. So that's another stream of income. So I have commission workers, I have booth renters, and now I'm a coach and a mentor. So that's another stream of income.
That's good. I heard you say a lot.
Yes.
Well, it's kind of like in that little bit.
It was,
You say a lot. Because I know that there are some people that's struggling with, you know what, I have my business over here, this is my baby, but then I'm working over here, so I can do that. But at some point, because this required more of you, you had to make a decision.
Right.
And in that making a decision, you went to your baby, you went to what you started building over here, and you gave that your time and attention.
Right.
And in that, every person that was a part of your business, you also told them, make sure you have multiple streams streams of income when you're coming in and starting.
Right.
And then as God continues, shift. I heard that word.
That's it.
Sometimes in business we have to make a shift. And in that shift, God lets you started making another stream of income on top of everything else that you were doing. I also know you did something else personally by restructuring and doing some different things with your business. So even in the shift, sometimes you have to do things differently.
Yeah. And I think initially it was like, God, wait a minute, what you doing?
Right.
Because it's scary, you know. I've told my story being where I almost lost it all.
Right.
And that's just honest because life happened.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And then so the finances, what you all help people get in order, you know, understand it. I didn't have it in order. I was just going and trying to make it work for everybody. And for myself, you know, not paying attention to the small things, you know, that can ultimately take your business out in a matter of minutes.
Yes.
And so it was crazy, but it was like, okay, now it's time to switch because I was all commission at first.
Wow.
And God told me at the end of last year, listen, you will stop paying out so much, you will receive what you have given out.
That's good.
And I was like, well, what does that mean? And I'm thinking, I'm gonna get more income. Thank you, Jesus. You're thinking it's like that, you know, because automatically that's where you are.
Right.
Oh yeah, because I've been paying out. Being commissioned, you pay out so much, and I'm not like the standard commission salon where I make you pay 5% for back bar and things like that. I build a structure to train you, and then you can be your own boss.
That's it.
With the solid foundation. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And so that is like a plus for me. But I lose a lot of times when you look at the bottom line of the numbers, shampoo, you know.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's the way God told me to do it. I know it is. So I still run it that way. So I always end up being okay because I'm within His will.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the amazing part. But when I opened up the suites, it was like, okay, this is the set price for the suites. But listen now, you know, when you calculate, is this going to equal out when this is a lucrative business? Are we just breaking even at the end of the day? And I had to realize I had to be obedient, do it, see what this looked like. Because if at the end of the day, I break even in this business, this other business should reap a harvest. It should have some form of income. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And so I was like, so it's not a loss.
No.
That's it.
I'm still gaining and I'm changing lives at the same time. Everything is not a financial gain. And some things are just, it's spiritual.
Oh, yeah.
So in that, it becomes a greater thing.
Exactly.
So if this business right here is feeding and pouring and I'm breaking even, then it's a blessing.
Yes.
And this one right here, because my daddy told me to open this one. It's going to reap a harvest because I've sowed seeds. So, you know, finding that balance and knowing that in business, just because that business isn't, you know, it's not completely giving you everything back, that means it's not a good business.
Yes.
Because it's solid and you're not having to come out of pocket to keep it open, then it's serving its purpose. If it's part of your ministry and it's serving its purpose.
Pastor, better give them the business. You see why I said
I say it. Definitely.
Because I'm sitting here listening to her, and just like me and you, she looks at business as ministry.
Yes.
She looks at business as ministry, and like we talk about on every show, you talked about the foundational part and how important it is to have that firm foundation. You talked about systems.
Yes.
You said you had something in place that the girls can be a part of. That's all good stuff. You know, that'll be a show all by itself.
Yeah.
Jump in, because she said a lot.
Yeah, because, you know, a lot of people, when you think about multiple streams, you think about, okay, I'm going to have income coming in.
Right.
But, and I'm glad you hit it on it at the end, because I was waiting for that breath. I was like, you saw it? I was like, but she hit it on the head, and I want to make sure I reiterated that basically the invisible income. And I think that's tied into your purpose. When you operate in purpose, there's an invisible stream of income that comes from above, and it meets every need, and it balances everything out. I remember when I went to get my, we were looking at getting a house years ago, went through what they call a NACA program, and a lady did a income analysis. This is my first time, you know, because I didn't grow up learning how to do budgets. Right. So, you know, she's like, okay, well, what are you spending here? What are you spending there? How much you guys bringing in? And it was like, when she did it, it was like negative $800.
Right.
But we didn't feel that.
Right.
Because we were operating in purpose. God was even that thing out, and He was just showing us on paper. Joker.
Like you know.
Yeah.
I kept you.
Yeah. So I mean, and it's just confirmation to keep doing what you're doing in purpose.
Right.
Because I got you. Don't even worry about that. I got you.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the beautiful part. But for the people who, and before I came in, that's why I was like, I'm speeding down the road. Right. I'm on my way because I got a phone call. And I don't think she'll mind me sharing. She was just like, listen, I heard your messages. And I think for a lot of people, my niche is hairstylist and you know, in that area, but business is business.
It is.
I can take a hairstylist out the front of it and put a realtor right there, and it's business is business. But faith in business is it never changes.
Yes.
And I was talking to her and I was like, I don't do, you know, I can talk to you about anything.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we end up getting to the bottom of it, and it's religion versus relationship.
Yeah.
So we sit before people and we have relationships with God. So then we understand that negative $800, what that looked like, because we know
that's it.
My daddy kept me.
That's it.
You know, and that was the crazy part, because I was like, how do we even get to this? You know, but that was the basis of it. She was like, I need to get back in the church home. I need to get somewhere. She said, you know, and I visited a place, but they were worshiping and it felt uncomfortable. And I said, you know, I came from a church, and it was nothing bad about it because I had growth there. But it wasn't until I got to where I am now and freely worshiping and freely having communication with God and having that as our basis of our businesses, understanding that He anchors it all and He's the main part of our foundation was amazing for me. I don't know how I got there. I'm sorry.
You're good.
It's the real chief executive officer.
And it was so amazing because I was like, wow, we sitting there talking about your business and how you need me, but we done dug deep to realize that, you know, religion, you know, to pay your tithes, you know, to do these things. But that's because that's what you were taught.
Yes.
You taught to sit quiet in church. You taught to listen to the preacher. You taught to say amen. But what about when it hits you just right? And you got to get up and holler.
That's it.
And you got to get up and give them praise.
That's it.
You know, and so that is my, and I guess I ended up here because that's the basis of my business.
Relationship.
It's not odd. Relationship. It's not odd to walk in and you hear somebody going in the corner of the salon and they're like, what's going on? Oh, that's normal.
That's
and
it.
we just keep going. Or before a client leave, you go, can I pray for you?
That's it.
And they look up, half of them that don't know, they go, pray for you. Not like now? Right now, because the Lord said so right now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And so you're feeding and you're giving, and it's something about being an entrepreneur, because then you have the ability to do it your way.
That's it. That's it.
On your own platform. And if they decide they don't want it, then they don't have to. And then I'm not fit for you. And that's okay.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And like I told them Sunday, everybody's not meant to be an entrepreneur.
Yes.
That's it.
I'm not saying that. So your platform may be different. But for me, being an entrepreneur and sitting on the couch with other entrepreneurs, it's something about that freedom.
That's it.
That my ministry, that ministry runs the way I want it to run.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, so that freedom is important to us as entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And you said a lot that was so important, because just like me and Darren, we again believe that your business and ministry and us being entrepreneurship is ministry.
Right.
So even when you, like you said, you got that negative $800, we know who our source is.
Right.
So we know who we are. It goes back to that identity and who God has called us to be in our business that makes the difference. Right. So again, like the last show I was telling y'all better make sure y'all save for real when y'all tap into the This is some serious faith over here.
It's work.
And faith without works is dead.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's not an easy task.
That's it.
And when all them tables flip and fall on top of you, you got to be able to call the right name.
That's it. You know, the person you done helped just decide they want to flip. They gonna talk about you. You gotta make sure that you know who you are.
Exactly.
And what God called you to do.
Stand firm in it.
And stand firm in it.
And that's the thing, because He'll send us on some missions, and you be like, I think I told, starting that Facebook Live stuff 7 weeks ago. I was like, listen, Jesus. And I was leaving out of Vegas, and He was like, time is now.
Right.
I couldn't wait. And I think that's what a lot of people miss, and a lot of people don't explain to people. Every door is not open forever. You don't have that forever opportunity. Now, He may keep it cracked so you can get in. I'm looking at that door. I'm like, yep, that little crack. And then eventually you keep ignoring them and that crack closes just a little bit more. And then in yourself, it's like, oh, I'm ready now. But you hit that door. And you're like, God, why did you forsake me? Why did you do me like this? No. See, I left it open for years. But you opted not to.
That's good.
So which way are you going to turn now? Which way are you going to structure now? Because, see, this isn't the plan for you anymore. You've missed it. It's okay. because I am God, I've given you another, here's something else.
More. Yeah,
but it's more there for you.
Oh, yeah.
But I was telling one of my girls, I was looking at them and they were like, I want to be a platform artist. And I was like, do it. And I just had to have a transparent moment with them. The thing about it is I'm pushing you as hard to be a platform artist because I used to want to be one, but I allowed fear to control my life. I had to realize that door was no longer open for me, but he's opened it for somebody who's connected to me.
That's it. That's it.
I'm going to push you to be where you're supposed to be.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know what it feels like for that door to be closed.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Right. And the thing is, the beautiful part is he's giving me something else.
Yes.
But I could have had it all.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
And it was a teaching moment, too, because the same thing happened to me. And he's like, okay, you ain't going to do it. Right next to me, literally a month later, same ideal, same concept, she does it. And successful.
Yeah.
So never again has that moment passed me by. Whenever everybody like, why are you doing all this stuff? Why it's so big? He told me to do it. I got to do it because
that's it. It's not that wonder opportunity you hear people talk about. So for the person looking today that's been praying like, okay, Lord, and you know that door is open for you. If God gave you the vision, He'll make provision.
Right.
So step out on faith and get a mentor. I hear you say that you have girls that you basically mentor. You didn't use the word mentor, but that's what you're doing.
Right.
So they want to be a platform artist. You're encouraging them in that. So get a mentor, somebody that believes in you, that can encourage you and help you get there. But at the end of the day, make sure you have multiple streams of income when you start that business.
Right.
So if you have a season that's not producing as much, you have these other things working for you.
That's it. Create a safety net. It creates a safety net so that, because with entrepreneurships, it's a roller coaster. It really is.
Yeah.
But you have to have that plan that already know that that's the case.
Right.
So because when it happens, because it will, what's going to be my plan of action?
Right.
What do I have in place that's going to supplement what our, this thing that's down right now?
Right.
So it's.
And don't be afraid to make the changes. If you're in it now, just like you said, you made some changes and you did some things differently and you made the shift, but you seek God and that's what He told you to do, and you was like, okay, Lord, you want me to do what? So it's like sometimes in business we have to do relaunches, or we have to, kind of go back to when we was talking about the SWOT analysis, the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, and continuing to do that SWOT analysis. And at times you may need to make a shift because the strengths may not be the strengths anymore.
Right.
There may be a shift or change. So don't be afraid to make the shift and make a change so that you can continue to build and grow in your company or in your business.
And that's growth. That's consistent growth, changing, because nothing ever stays the same. Now the basis of a haircut never changes, but they've been throwing them finger waves in there. Something we did back in the day. You know what I mean? Now we're putting curls on top of them, and they standing just right, and they do.
But that foundation.
It's the foundation. Never change. So never change your foundation.
Right.
But go in and sprinkle a little new something on top of it. Make it a little fresh,
I said laminate floors. He said no joy hardwoods. I said, let me upgrade.
Well, this is the thing. But this is the funny part. They have laminate hardwood. Foundation the same. Just a little something different because it makes you wear. You can't afford the hardwood, but I can afford the look. So since I can afford the look,
come on now.
That's just an upgrade.
Oh yeah,
that's an upgrade. Sometimes we gotta upgrade what we're doing.
Exactly.
And know that it's okay.
And it's okay.
You can't get the hardwood right now. You have to start with the laminate. It's okay.
It's coming though. It's coming in the new season.
I didn't hit it hard. I cut you again. I just feel like doing that. But anyway, so it's okay. It's okay. You got to change those windows out sometimes, but you still got the foundation to that house.
Yes.
To the house, it's the same.
It's the same.
Paint the walls different.
Paint the walls different.
Yeah.
Because you know what you did. You actually. Javetta, you also got the other stream of income. I don't think I heard you mention you got a place that you can rent out.
Well, I don't talk about it.
I do apologize that I just put the better business out there. Mary, can you edit it out?
Take a try.
Try to take that out. I don't want everybody.
Okay, anyway, there's a secret stream of income that Javetta also has. So it goes back to, again, having those multiple income sources. So if something may not be producing as much, you got it.
Right. And that's the thing. That's honestly why I'm still behind the chair, though.
Right.
Honestly, when my wrist went out and I was stuck at home, and I think I said it. The amazing part was when somebody sent me this message, I was really angry with them. I was hot. Yeah. When I say hot, he sends me this whole article. Nathaniel, he does he has a the newspaper that comes out. And it was so funny. He sends me this long thing, and he's like a big brother, like very big brother, because my oldest sister is in her 50s.
Right.
Don't look at a day, but...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me know what y'all
and this is the thing, and he sends it, and he says, Gerber said it best. He said, I remember interviewing you, Shavetta, when you first opened, and you said that God told you would have multiple salons. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm reading it like, yes. Remind me what Jesus said. Yes, he did. You know, because I was in it. Until I got down to this next part. He said, but Gerber said it best. He said, so many people miss out on owning multiple businesses because they're too busy working that one.
That's good right there.
So you get caught up working your business instead of running your business and growing your business. And I was like, that is stupid. And that same day, God politely said to me, I was sitting there boo-hooing, and I have these, he doesn't let me stay in a deep place, but it was ugly. I was like, I just don't understand why you're doing that. You know? And he said, but Shavetta, I gave you more than you ever asked me for. All you ever asked me for was to own it. You never asked to work it. So I've given you more than you've ever asked me for. And I had to think back from the age of 15, I've always asked for a salon. I've never asked to work in it a day of my life.
Wow.
I just wanted to own it. So, isn't it beautiful how much he loved you that he let you have just a little taste of what you didn't even ask for, that overflow.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Because see, I done gave you a building, I done gave you people.
That's it.
But here go a little taste of the overflow. You can work it. You can grow. Because my first year behind the chair, full time. Not my first year behind the chair, but full time. I made 6 figures. Had no clue I made it until we were doing taxes.
Yeah, and that happens too. A lot of times you're busy working, you don't take the time to add it up.
Take the time to add it up. And I was like, well, Lord, I don't have too much to show for it, but I appreciate it. Because on paper, I can say I made it.
Yeah.
People a lot of times don't really care how you made or what you they want to know the foundation and what the courses that you took.
Right.
But they just like to see the way the flesh works.
That's it.
6 figures sound real good to them. When they don't understand the time missed from the family, the behind the scenes, the crying, the heartbreak, that went along with it.
He's rusty from praying.
Right.
Jesus.
But it was beautiful when I went back and I looked and I was like, God, you've given me more than I've ever asked for. But it wasn't until this year that I was okay with last year.
That's a message.
That's good.
Message.
I mean, she is giving y'all the business. You know what I'm saying? Like, you definitely got to come back and get you. He said a lot that I want to highlight.
Measure your growth.
Measure your growth.
So you can see.
That's it.
So you can see. But we just want to thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you guys for having me.
How can people get in contact with you?
At www.shavettabelton.com. That is my mentoring, motivational speaking, and coaching website. That is the new one I've launched. If you want a hair appointment, you can go on www.divinoasissalon.com, and you can book me there, book any of my girls. We're there.
But what about if people got the old-fashioned way they want a phone? I just
phone in. Look,
they want a phone number?
She might not want everybody calling her.
I'm being funny. You don't need to give a number.
Listen. I'm learning balance.
There you go.
And that personal number is go to the website, book an appointment on either site. I will be more than happy to service you in either way.
Can they do walk-ins if they
can do walk-ins? They can.
So if you want to talk to her, book appointment.
Yeah, we can tell y'all our secret fable.
And I'm laughing because on my ShavettaBelton.com website, they can go on for a 20-minute discovery call with me that's free of charge.
Wow.
That lets us know ahead of time if I am who
That's it.
is meant to help you birth your purpose.
And with that being said, everybody point to ponder. Everybody is not your client.
Yes. That's right.
It is okay.
It's okay.
Right.
So thank y'all so much for listening today. Thank you, Shavetta, for coming.
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you.
Again, I'm Joy McLaughlin Harris.
And I'm Darren Murphy. Make sure you get the book.
Oh, yeah.
Journey Workbook.
Get it.
Yes.
Make sure
Get
you
that
get it.
firm foundation.
Firm foundation is going to help you build on a firm foundation.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tried and true beauty. Relax, rejuvenate, and renew. Tried and true beauty. Customized facial treatments and so much more. Tried and true beauty. Professional grade retail products. Tried and true beauty. Upgradable service in a relaxing atmosphere. Waxing, makeup, and so many other services we provide with professional grade skincare products. Tried and true beauty. located at 9330D Tunach Road, Columbia, South Carolina.